G'day, g'day. It's Nick here and welcome to Wicked Wildlife. And I'm visiting a friend Michelle here in Melbourne. And I want to show you one of what I think is the most recognisable snake in Australia. And that would be this guy here, the green python. So stay tuned, guys. We're talking about green tree pythons. They're pretty dangerous. For all wicked wildlife encounters, this is totally our reference from a member to our wild family here in Australia. So like I said, the green tree python has to be one of the most recognisable snakes in Australia. The unusual thing though is, they're barely even found in Australia. You see, the vast majority of their range is actually in New Guinea and Indonesia, sort of surrounding islands. And they only just push into a patch of Cape York called the Iron Range. Basically, that little patch of rainforest is where the land bridge between Australia and New Guinea once upon a time would have met. And that little patch of rainforest is like a little slice of New Guinea here in Australia. And that's where these guys are found here. Now, the most recognisable thing about them is, of course, that beautiful green colour, which, of course, is an adaptation to help them camouflage in their rainforest environment. The cool thing, though, is even though these guys grow up to be green, they're actually born yellow. And green tree pythons in other parts of the world are even born red. The cool thing is there's a completely unrelated snake on the other side of the globe called the emerald tree boa, who goes through the same process. They're bright green with some white dots, just like the python here, and they're born yellow. Now, these two species are completely unrelated and they live on separate sides of the globe. So it's a great example of what we call convergent evolution. It's kind of like killer whales and penguins, both black on top and white underneath, completely unrelated. It's just an adaptation that works so well that it's evolved on two separate occasions, in two separate species, in two different places. Now, because of the good looks of these guys, they're actually a really sort of a common snake in the pet trade. When I first started keeping reptiles, the green tree python was kind of like the holy grail of Australian snakes. But today, luckily, due to a lot of hard work from people who started breeding them, we've sort of knuckled out their care requirements a little bit better. And they're more accessible now to sort of the average advanced keeper. However, in other countries, you're allowed to import and export them. A lot of them are actually wild caught. In fact, about 80% of all the green tree pythons leaving Indonesia and New Guinea are collected from the wild. Now, while you're not allowed to bring snakes into Australia, a lot of these go to places like the US. And it's a really sort of important example of why we want to start breeding these guys in captivity reliably, to make it not worth collecting them from the wild. Because these guys might not be endangered today, but I don't think we should be taking them from the wild if we don't have to. Why take them from the wild when we can breed them in captivity? I'd like them to be around for my grandkids and my great-grandkids. Now, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. I think we're going to have a look at a few other animals around here. But please hit that subscribe button down below, leave us a like or a comment, and as always guys, be nice to snakes, have a good one and take care.